Hello there guys, I'm Rayman here. In today's video, I will be watching My Sisters Are Crushing on Me by ETU Animated Stories. Now already, so far, it looks pretty cool, and I really just want to get into this video. But before I do that, I want to tell you guys that I am going up in subscribers recently, and I'm pretty sure it's thanks to It's Juice, but thanks to you, bro. But to all my new subscribers, what I want to do is clarify this channel is not only a reaction channel or commentary channel, it's also a story channel. And people watching the stories, it's also a reaction channel. And pretty soon, I think I'm going to be launching a gaming channel because I already recorded some games with one of my friends, and yeah, he's pretty cool, and you guys should really watch him because it's like 30 minutes of entertainment per video. And yeah, they can take a lot of edits, but I'll try to have them out as frequently as possible. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Without any further ado, let's get into the video.
My name is Milton,
Hello, Milton.
and I'm 20 years old.
God damn, he's old.
I'm going to take you through the crazy roller coaster ride that is my life. You'll probably be amazed at how much I've seen in just 20 mere years of my life. I'm surprised that I'm still here to tell you everything. Anyways, let's get started from the very beginning.
That's a very common place for people to start.
I was born into the family after 3 girls, and, well, being a boy put me at a disadvantage. How, you ask?
No.
My dad wanted another girl. Yeah, kinda ridiculous, I know. But it was what it was. He was obsessed with having girls, even though he had 3 daughters already. And I had to bear the brunt of his crazy obsession. He raised me like a girl. And I know that there's no gender-specific way of raising someone.
Yes, there is.
But the thing with my dad is that he literally treated me as if I were a girl. I was supposed to dress up like a girl, grow my hair out like a girl, and, as my dad put it, even act like a girl.
You act like that's worse than the first two. If anything, that's the best out of the first two. At least you didn't chop your dick off and make you grow out your hair, so that's good.
It was all good until I was 3 or 4 years old, because I was in preschool then. But when I was enrolled in actual school, everything was a disaster. My dad used to dress me up in the uniform meant for girls, and needless to say, I was the laughing stock for all my classmates. But luckily, that phase passed, and as I entered into adolescence, I was able to protest. I rebelled against Dad and tried to do what I wanted to do. I was young. Too young to go against my father, despite it hurting me.
You just had to put that ad there for your t-shirts, didn't you? You couldn't have waited till after the video.
Of course, he used to get mad at me, but man, I was done with his ridiculous obsession of treating me like a girl. Like, what the heck? Did he not see my suffering? Why was he so intent on making a fool out of me? I objected to his wishes, and he didn't react very nicely, obviously. That was the day when my whole family turned against me. My mom supported Dad. I wasn't surprised. Not in the slightest. She had been like that ever since I came into this world. I doubted sometimes if she even considered me as her son. As for my sisters, well, somehow they always found it amusing to see me suffer.
Typical.
I think you get the idea now. I was basically unwanted in my family as a boy. I had no idea what I was still doing with them and why I put up with it. But it's not like I had money and could run off. I was still dependent on them. Hold up, did I say dependent? Let me clarify it for you. Even though I was dependent on them, they didn't think much of me.
I'm pretty sure you made that obvious.
They were fully prepared to make me a failure in life if I didn't conform to their ideals. And they even accomplished it somewhat. I'll tell you how. They enrolled me in a different school than my sisters. The catch here was that the education at my school was horrible compared to the others. The teachers didn't bother coming to the class or came super late, and the administration didn't care. No one cared if the students were skipping classes or failing in their subjects. Everything was chaotic. I was surprised at how the school was still functioning. My parents knew all about this, yet they didn't do anything. They wanted me to go there. They wanted me to have a poor education. If I'd left it up to them, I'm sure I wouldn't even have the knowledge of basic things. But I knew my parents very well, and I also knew what they wanted. And that's why I was ready to turn the tables on them. I started self-studying. My mom didn't have any idea about it. If she did, she would have stopped providing me with the bare minimum resources. I used to lock myself up in my room and study at night when everyone was asleep.
That's actually pretty fucking smart. And I think I saw this video a few months ago. I just can't remember a lot about it. But, and it inspired me to want to try to get ahead of 10th grade, but I couldn't find anything online. That's what I needed it for. So I decided, fuck it, I won't try it. But this school that he's going to sounds a lot like some of the schools in my town.
It didn't matter that the teachers weren't doing their job properly. I could manage my studies just fine. That's why everyone in my family was shocked when I received very good grades.
From what it sounds like, you would have gotten good grades anyways. So you're doing this for your own personal gain. But if the school was actually grading and actually giving you assignments, then how did they not notice that everyone in the entire school was failing except for you? They would have called you their golden student. They would have treated you like royalty and sucked their dick just to get their test scores higher. Otherwise, they would have been closed down. So I guess you're right. Huh, that's strange.
They were even higher than what my sisters had scored. Mom adopted a new tactic after that and had always tried to engage me in housework, so that I could never get the time to study. Well, she had no idea that I used to study during night hours when nothing could stop me. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Why was my family like that, and what did I ever do to them?
Actually, again, I wasn't thinking that. You're putting words in my mouth.
Trust me, I used to think the same thing.
I wasn't fucking thinking that!
But over time, I just got used to it, accepting it as my inevitable fate. I was determined to prove them all wrong and become successful in life. It kinda hurt me to see that my sisters were getting everything that I wasn't. They had the world dropped at their feet. They just had to say a word and Mom would give them whatever they wanted. Meanwhile, I was forbidden to demand anything. But as I said, I was determined to change everything. I had to make use of whatever resources I had, even if they were not enough. I had to make do. Anyway, enough of the tragic backstory of my life. It's time I tell you about the time when things started changing in my favor. Yes, it happened, eventually. My hard work and determination finally paid off. In the first year of college, I did some research and made a website for online courses. It was just an attempt, of course. I wasn't really sure of its success, or if it would succeed at all. But to my surprise, it yielded good results. Actually, good is an understatement. It had excellent results. My website became pretty popular in a matter of a few months.
Alright, let's guess what it is. My money is on either University of Phoenix or Skillshare.
Mostly because many students didn't have time for their traditional way of learning. Well, you won't believe it. Or maybe you will. I don't control you.
Really, because it seems to me like you control my every fucking thought and move.
But my website was so successful that soon enough I started earning in 6 figures per month. Yeah, it was just like a dream come true. The catch here was that I had to keep this all a secret from my so-called family. They wouldn't even have let me start a website, let alone start earning. I was pretty sure that they wanted me dependent on them for the rest of my life. Why else did my mom go out of her way to try and make me a failure?
'Cause she's a bitch? Duh.
Well, too bad for her that I ruined all her plans. I kept my mouth shut about my earnings and my website for a few months. I was waiting for the right moment to strike and move out, and that moment came when my dad's business suffered a huge loss. Now, don't call me crazy for this, but in my opinion, he deserved it.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I like you. But you're crazy.
First of all, his business was never that good to begin with. We were barely scraping by, and he still used to take out loans and stuff to live a lavish lifestyle. He was thousands of dollars in debt, even then. And secondly, he was extremely lazy. He didn't do anything for his work. Most of the time, he was home either sleeping or tormenting me. So I would say he had it coming. It was just a matter of time. He was so deep in debt now that he got a notice to vacate the home. That means all of us had to leave. Yep. Now my dad had brought us all to the streets. Oh, but it didn't affect me in any way because, as you know, I had already established my own business. Now, this was the moment I was waiting for to reveal everything to them. I had bought a house for myself a few weeks ago, and I didn't waste any time moving there. I told everything about my entrepreneurship to my family. And let's just say, the looks on their faces were priceless.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall for that one.
How did you even. How come we never found out? Because I didn't want you to. We are your parents. You can't keep things from us.
Actually, he kinda can because he kinda just did.
I'm an adult and I can make my own decisions. I'm also not a fool. As if I was going to tell you and give you the opportunity to jeopardize them. They were shocked and indignant, of course. How dare I? Their child go against them in their wishes and demands. It's laughable. Milton, you're so smart and hardworking. Yeah. I always knew that you were meant for great things.
Did these bitches just. Oh, this is one of those instances where it's okay to hit women. Sometimes there is, and this is one of them.
Well, my young older sister, Penny, wasn't going to stay behind. I remember that she held my hand, something she's never done once. Yes, Milton, I always used to tell Mom and Dad that you will be really successful one day. Did my sisters really think that I was that dumb? How could I forget that they used to watch and laugh every time when Mom and Dad used to torment me? None of them stood up for me, and now that I had money, they were suddenly on my side? Classic move, totally not suspicious. My family had nowhere to go now, and they had no other option but to try and make it up to me so that I could offer them refuge at my house. The thing about that was, I wanted them to suffer, just like I had all those years. I wanted them to know how it felt when no one in the world cared about you. But my conscience didn't allow it. Shame! 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 I actually felt bad for them. They were still my family after all.
After all they put you through, listen, blood isn't thicker than ice. And you should not help your family after all they've done for you. Maybe give them $10,000 to get them back on their feet. Or pay off your dad's loans. But don't give them refuge, don't give them a place to stay, and don't let them be in your house after all they put you through. They barely even let you live in their house. Okay, maybe rent them an apartment after you pay off your dad's loans. But that's it. Don't do anything more than they did for you.
And I couldn't see them on the streets, especially when I had the means to keep them comfortable. Dang my morally correct conscience. And to no surprise, I decided to help my poor family. I welcomed them to my home. I was not on talking terms with them, though. I made it a point to avoid them and do my own stuff. My mom and dad were so ashamed that they couldn't even meet my eyes. Dad picked up some part-time jobs so that he could start to chip away at his debt. As lenient as I wasn't going to pay off his loans and let him get off scot-free.
Alright, I retract my previous statement about paying off his loans. You're right. I didn't look at it that way.
He hadn't really done anything for me after all, besides torturing me and trying to make me something I wasn't. And I had already paid him back for whatever pissant amount he had spent on me during all those years. I didn't want to owe him anything. My mom, on the other hand, was silent for a few days before she came back to her shameless nature. One morning, I woke up to see that she had made breakfast for me. I can make my own breakfast, thanks very much. No, don't be like that. It's my pleasure cooking for you. You don't have to. You won't get anything out of this. Please, Milton, I'm not doing it for anything. You have already done so much for me, from shelter to food to clothes. Oh yeah, this reminds me, I am out of good clothes.
There it is. God damn, Milton, I feel bad for you. Literally everybody in your life has an ulterior motive.
I would need to go shopping today, but, my credit card was blocked by the bank. I knew it. She was a gold digger, of course. It was so obvious. She wanted me to give her my card so that she could spend the money on it. Ha! Not today, Satan.
Ah, he said it. He said the thing from like 10 years ago. He said it.
Oh, that's too bad, but I spent almost 19 years in rag-like clothes. I'm sure yours aren't that bad. I think you'll survive. I left her where she was. I had classes to attend anyway. And yes, you heard that right. I was still in college.
This dude is still in college and balancing his family. Dude, what the hell, man? And I'm hoping he's using his own service.
Just because I had started earning doesn't mean I wanted to discontinue my education. I was reasonably wealthy, not stupid, and it was 2 more years before I got my degree, so I could handle that. But yet again, another problem was waiting for me in college. Now that the word about my success and wealth had spread around like wildfire, I suddenly had everyone's attention. The guys wanted to be my friends, and the girls all wanted to date me. It was overwhelming and pretty scary. Like, they all turn to monsters when they find out they have an opportunity to get ahead in life. Why do most people always chase after names and fame? They were all arrogant and self-centered. I couldn't really bother with any of them. I used to avoid people at my college at all costs, but man, I had no idea that my sisters were after me now. Yeah, as shocking as it may or may not sound, my sisters were suddenly really interested in me. And I know it was all because of my money and stuff, but still, they were acting way too sketchy. Here's an example. A girl from my class was sort of trying to hit on me in the campus cafeteria one day. Out of nowhere, Natalie appeared and started yelling at the poor girl. Milton doesn't date, so try your luck somewhere else. What exactly gives you the right to say that to someone? I think she thought it was all just jokes. What was she trying to accomplish? I decided to leave and dashed away from there, but this was not where it ended. Even Penny and Tina were behaving strangely. So I didn't say much to them, but I needed to do something about it because it was getting out of hands now. I knew my family was weird from the get-go. To save myself and to get rid of all the other girls who kept hitting on me, I decided to fake date someone. The best person for this job was the most popular girl in my college, Kristen. Well, you probably think that I was doing wrong by trying to deceive a girl, but let me tell you one thing about Kristen. She was a heartbreaker. She dated guys just for fun, and when she was bored, she dumped them.
Those girls are the best. You get to one and done them and not feel bad, bro. And if she ends up pregnant, just say, it's not mine. You're sleeping with 20 other guys and you slept with me, bro.
She did this to one of my friends, and that's how I found out about her. She had been trying to talk to me for a few weeks now, ever since my popularity had suddenly gone up, but I had ignored her until now. Now, I needed her to keep away the other girls and my own sisters. I seized that opportunity. I didn't have to do much. She came to me one day while I was in the cafeteria. She started flirting with me. I had to control everything inside of me not to be rude. So, I just smiled at her, and that was all it took for her to ask me out directly. I said yes, reminding myself that I was doing it for myself. That makes me sound selfish, and maybe it is.
Uh-oh, he's gonna develop feelings for her, isn't he? This is gonna go bad.
But it's not like her dating others and playing with their feelings were any better. Besides, there wasn't any other girl who I genuinely liked and could date. It was better to fake date a heartbreaker. Maybe give them a taste of their own medicine as well. So, Kristen and I started going out, and let me tell you, it was pure torture. She was no less of a gold digger than my mother. She would shamelessly ask me to give her presents and stuff, and I get it. Sometimes a little something doesn't hurt every once in a while, but she was demanding a lot. I had to make excuses every time, because there was no way that I was going to spend my money, especially not on her. The only good thing that came out of this was that girls had stopped approaching me. It was a relief. Even though I had to tolerate Kristen, my sisters were really mad, confused, and shocked to see me dating someone. They even tried to convince me to break up with Kristen a few times. I always shut them up with my life, my business. I can date whoever I like. Stay in your lane. This didn't sit too well with them, of course. At that time, I didn't know that they would go ahead and start plotting against me.
Really? You didn't think they'd go plotting on you? Do you not know who these people are? You said it yourself, you've known them your entire life. They're your sisters. Hell, even I knew they were gonna plot against you. How the hell did you not?
There were a few hints here and there, but I didn't pay any attention. I had noticed that they had suddenly gotten friendly with Kristen, and I think they all used to meet with her behind my back. Kristen had suddenly changed her behavior towards me and stopped asking for money and stuff. One day, I was at her house because apparently she needed my help with one of her school subjects. How could I refuse her the one time when she actually wanted to study? Anyway, she took me to her room and I started explaining some concepts and stuff to her. About an hour later, she was hungry and went downstairs to get some food.
You were already in her room, and she got hungry. Why didn't you feed her some sausage?
Kristen had left her phone in the room with me. How do I know? It pinged with a message. I picked it up and was about to take it to her when I actually saw who texted her. It was a message from my dear sister, Natalie. Kristen, just remember to convince him to come to the sleepover.
Sleepover, now it's a party. I mean, with your fake girlfriend and sisters? Maybe if you live in Alabama, but it's still a party. Um, yeah, no, I wouldn't go if I were you.
I was super confused. They wanted me at a sleepover party? Just what the heck was going on? And why was Natalie sending such cryptic sounding messages to Kristen? Something was definitely up. I should have known the moment they started getting friendly with each other. I changed my mind and decided not to give the phone back, only to place it where she had left it. And Kristen came back a few moments later. As expected, before I left her house, she begged me to come to Natalie's sleepover party. Where is she doing it? At my house? Please don't say no to this. And if you can, then please join us. Of course I was going to join them. I wanted to know just what they had planned for me.
Dude, it's not worth it.
I said yes to her and left. The weekend arrived, and so did the sleepover party. I thought it would be some small affair with a few of my sister's friends, but boy was I wrong. They literally invited all the girls from their classes. They even sent mom and dad away for the night to where God only knows. But the $1,000,000 question was, why did they want me at the party?
Two reasons. One, the thing dangling between your legs, and two, the thing in your pocket. And I mean his penis and his wallet.
I didn't think much of it when I accepted the invitation, but now, realizing that I was the only guy amongst all the girls made me somewhat scared. It was really awkward at first because I didn't know what to do. I didn't talk to any of the girls, and yet they were trying to talk to me as if they had known me for ages. I didn't want to be rude to anyone, so I just sat in the corner with a permanent smile hanging on my face. Soon, Kristen arrived and dragged me right into the middle of the party, which I absolutely despised. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Honestly, I think it's better if I leave. Oh no, you can't leave so soon, Milton. The fun hasn't even started. Yeah, I don't want to be a part of this. You didn't even ask my permission to have this party. But then, all of the girls surrounded me and pushed me to dance. Seriously, it was so embarrassing. I made an excuse to use the bathroom and quite literally ran away from there. I had to think of something, and something fast.
And people say guys can't be raped.
And I had to also find out what they were planning for me before they could do anything. An idea popped into my head, and I was ready to face them off. I went out and got a drink in a totally normal fashion. I knew that my sisters were watching me. I looked like I was drinking a lot, but I actually was just throwing away the drink in the trash can behind the couch.
Alcohol abuse. That's fucked up, dude.
In the same way, I pretended to drink more. A lot more. After some time, I just laid down on the couch and closed my eyes. Natalie and Kristen came up to me and tried to talk to me, but I just slurred my replies and then pretended to pass out. Why they didn't stop me from drinking, I don't know, but it happened. They checked a few times to see if I was conscious or not before they started talking. Now, this was what I wanted, for them to spill everything in front of me.
They fell for the oldest trick in the book.
I guess we can't do what we planned. Yeah, that sucks. Where does he even keep his credit card, though? So, they were after my credit card. I should have known. These stupid gold diggers. Aren't you his girlfriend? You should know that. Ha! Please, as if I care about him. I'm only with him for his money. He's so stupid to trust me that easily. If only Natalie knew that I didn't care about her. Okay, whatever. Anyway, we need to get him drunk, though. Not so much that he passes out. That way we can get all his secrets out of him. It's my birthday next week. I think that would be the perfect occasion. We can work more on the plan by then. Okay, sounds good to me. Wow. Okay, so my sisters and girlfriend had fallen so low for money and my secrets that they were going to do such a despicable thing. I felt ashamed to be related to them in any way, but oh boy, it was not my choice. If I could, I would have gotten rid of them in an instant. But now, it was important for me to disable this plan of theirs.
Dude, quit using big words and words that make you sound fancy. Just say spoil their plans.
I was so going to give them a taste of their own medicine. I knew what I had to do. I wouldn't be the one telling my secrets. Instead, they would be exposing themselves at Kristen's birthday party. I already had a plan in my mind, and I couldn't wait to implement it. After that sleepover party, Natalie and Kristen were acting really strange, like, trying to be polite to me and stuff. It was really a pity how hard they were trying. I was desperately waiting for Kristen to announce her birthday party now, because then I could teach them a lesson once and for all.
Ooh, cryptic.
That birthday party was a whole disaster at another level. A lot of crazy things happened. I will keep you guys updated on the whole thing in a different video. What do you think of my crazy life story so far? Also, what would you have done if you were in my place?
Probably just take all the pussy I was getting, dude. You're getting a lot from all these gold diggers, dude. At the end of the day, guys, Milton so far seems pretty cool. His family seems like they suck, and it really seems like this is going to be a good video. Now, there's actually a part 2 to this video, and maybe I'll watch that. But who knows? Maybe I'll make this a series, because I don't know how many there are. I saw 3, but there could be more, but there could be only 3. If you guys want me to react to part 2, possibly even part 3, let me know. Because this took about, what, 4 hours to edit? Who knows how long it's going to take to export? But yeah, bro, I had a lot of fun doing it. A lot of fun learning about Milton. I said, I think I saw this video a few years ago. Sorry, a few months ago. But I can't remember the exact details about it. But everything just seemed new to me except for that whole self-studying thing. Again, because that inspired me. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It would really help me out if you guys could like and subscribe. Again, more content is in the way. I'm currently working on some stories, and maybe if you guys like this animation and story whole thing in my channel, because that's going to be what it is, you guys can subscribe. If you guys don't like that, then don't subscribe. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been Iran Man. Bye.